everyone. Today we're diving deep into an extremely fascinating case that revolves around a father named Thomas, who incredibly attempts to falsely accuse himself of murdering Laura. Such an outlandish testimony is truly astonishing. Who in their right mind would easily believe such claims? But Thomas needs Doria to admit their collaboration with Laura, which is hilarious. Doria notices a huge flaw in Goodman's argument. How did the killer enter and exit the hotel without a trace? At this moment, Goodman whips out a newspaper reporting the day Doria was arrested, and there's a voice everyone overlooked in the hallway. Oh, who would have thought she worked at the hotel of Laura's murder? Goodman stresses it was easy for Thomas with his wife's help. Thomas' logic here is off the charts. He didn't take the money because he just wasn't interested in it. What a thorough deduction. Goodman is a myth, crafting perfect arguments from one photo impressive. But at the same time, Goodman gets a mysterious call, revealing that the prosecution's witness is the very driver who just passed by. This guy cluelessly saw. Oh, Doria's in panic, but Goodman stays cool. Clearly, the two cases are intertwined. They must strike back. Laura is revealed as Daniel's killer, making the next case easy. But Doria's strategy, though effective, isn't enough. They need stronger evidence, like a personal item of Laura's in Daniel's car. So, Goodman poses a crucial question. Why have you been so busy doing so many things here? That question seemingly holds dual meanings. What's all this busy work about? Are you just wasting time to make everyone think you're nervous? Repeating this won't change anything, but Goodman clearly isn't planning to let it go. Doria looks a bit flustered, but Goodman keeps prodding, as if he's searching for some hidden truth. Time wasting is definitely not his style. You're asking why I'm doing so much here? Reluctantly, he can only reply, I'm just checking if someone's spying on me. Well, shortly after, a bizarre situation unfolds, proving the prosecution has zero witnesses. Truly a grand. All this is Goodman's lies to test Doria. He doesn't know he's being tested too. In fact, Doria has long known the real killer of Laura is Thomas, and his wife works right at the crime scene. Doria stayed quiet, distrusting Goodman initially, but believed in his expertise when the clue was mentioned. Until that very moment, Doria finally let out a long sigh of relief. The recent car accident case had been weighing heavily on his mind like a boulder, making it difficult for him to breathe. With Goodman's steadfast support, his confidence soared, and he was fully prepared to clear his name with all his might. With Goodman's help, he felt confident clearing his name and recalled that day's secrets. That day, by the lake, when disposing the body, he heard strange noises from the trunk, and his first reaction was to open the door. Upon opening the trunk, he found Daniel still alive. But for self-interest, Doria decided to sink them to the lake bottom. Who are you, really? I honestly didn't anticipate this twist. You jerk, Teach. You aren't planning to eat me, are you? He realizes he's in quite the pickle. I have to decide in a minute whether to keep going or not. Just don't lie to me again. Seeing Doria's ugly actions, Goodman was furious. His emotions almost made him topple over. After deep thought, to uphold his unbeaten myth, Goodman decides to help Doria, but he must obey orders. But when Doria promised to spill the truth, Goodman overturned all his previous statements, jaw-dropping. I'll tell you, the real killers of Daniel and Laura are you, Doria. That comment hits like a bombshell. And it's not Laura. After the accident, Laura wanted to report it most, but Doria stopped her. Doria breached the meeting agreement. After the accident, guilt-ridden Laura fell into anxiety and told Thomas and his wife the truth. Later, she pretended to blackmail Doria, asking him to bring some cash to the hotel where Thomas' wife works. What an unbelievable act. Wanted him to give it to the grieving parents for guilt relief, but Doria, on learning the unexpected plan, angrily refused. He wouldn't allow anyone to take away what he had. Yet Laura had no idea that her close lover could be this selfish. After killing Laura, Doria quickly staged the scene and knocked himself out. What a script tried to move. Faced with Goodman's overturned argument, Doria uses photos to prove Thomas killed Laura. But to his surprise, Goodman tells him that Thomas' wife was off that day and didn't even show up. What a colossal joke. Now tell me, if you want my help, I want the judge to think you didn't do anything wrong, then you have to confess. You killed Laura, now stop. But at this moment, Goodman suddenly suggests taking a 10-minute break before continuing. He wants to go get some fresh air to better handle the case. Before he leaves, Goodman reassures Doria, saying, "It's all under my..." Facing Goodman's level of confidence, Doria finds warmth in him, as if all his worries just dissipated into thin air. However, at the very moment Goodman leaves, Doria's phone suddenly buzzes, and things are about to take a new twist. It turns out his assistant found the driver who passed by and successfully bribed him with money. Totally sorted. Without eyewitnesses, Doria feels calm. Suddenly, a harsh noise from the phone creates suspense. It sounded like a signal was blocked by something, and suddenly Doria's pen splits open, leaving everyone stunned. At this point, we finally face a huge twist. Shocking. Looking at the empty notepad left by Goodman, Doria suddenly realizes it was all part of Goodman's plan to force him to confess. Why did you do this? He still can't comprehend. As Doria regains his senses, he's filled with confusion. By the way, if you enjoy my videos, don't forget to subscribe.